We're gonna unbox this bad boy right here. It is a paper shredder. I don't usually do these, so I'm gonna do it this time and see how it goes. And a paper shredder. Who wants to watch a video on a paper shredder? Well, if you're watching this, thank you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, throw a comment below. Maybe I'll get some more paper shredders. But I bought this one for one reason, and one reason only. It has the CD mulcher in it, so I want to test that out today and see how well that works. So, how many CDs can you run through a machine before it goes bad? Let's find out. Okay, let's get this bad boy opened up. Today we'll use the almighty chisel for our opening tool on this one, just because I don't know where my knife went. Oop. Oh, there we go. Look at that. So I thought it was bigger than it was, but it's not. It's a lot smaller. Alright, I'll pull this guy out and we'll have a look. Okay, so we have the Insignia crosscut shredder. You can do 10 sheets at a time with this unit. I wouldn't ever go that high, but I wanted it because of the ability to mulch the CDs. Let's quickly have a read on the back here. Shred CDs, DVDs, crosscut size 4mm by 37mm for extra protection. 3 mode switch, auto, off, and reverse. Top handle for easy emptying. Shred compact discs, paper clips, end staples. Shreds up to 10 pieces of paper at once. Included in the shredder and the quick setup guide. So if it can do paper clips and staples, that's pretty awesome in my books. A lot of the times, I remember with my mom's paper shredder, you had to make sure that you had those completely removed, or you would mess up the machine. So let's go ahead and get this guy out of here. So what do we got? Packing material. I'm just going to go ahead and voila. There we go, it's unboxed. I love these really simple unboxings. It's just like pow, done. Alright, let's have a look here. This is not bad. I'm not get that going. Alright, the main unit out. Another piece of cardboard here. So I'll go ahead and unpackage this guy here. So yeah, I have a lot of paperwork from over the years that I finally decided it was time to get a paper shredder, and I figured why not get one that can do the CDs as well, because I have a ton of them from back in the late 90s that, you know, I don't want to toss out and I don't want to break because there's just too many of them. So it's just better off that I shred them. So that's what I wanted to do. So that's it. It's all set up. Just have to undo this guy here. So we'll have a quick look at the instructions here. We'll get rid of that one. That's French. Or is that one? Okay, French, Spanish, and problem. Okay. plug it into the wall and turn it on. Overheat overload button is the middle button here, or the middle LED on here. I'll bring you in a little bit closer here so you can see. Okay, so let's have a look here. So we have our auto, off, and reverse switch here. We have the power LED. This is that overheat overload one, and then this is the door open. Maximum 1 CD or 1 credit card in there. Yeah, and it just basically tells you don't overdo 10 pieces of paper or more than 1 CD at a time or 1 credit card. And then it basically tells you in there not to hold the CD with your finger in the hole while you're putting it in. Anyways, there ain't that much to this. It's kind of a nice little unit. Little carrying handle for the top there. Makes no sense really, but I'd rather some sort of clamp or something for the basket, and then you can lift it up and just tote it around. Now it's time to bring out the CDs and see what we can do. Okay, as you can see, I have a couple of CDs to go through. There are some in here that I will not be doing today. I'm just going through, and the ones that I have labeled, I'm going to go through them and I'm just going to mulch them up. So I'm going to throw on a time lapse and see how far we get through this and see how things go. Got a music mix here. I've got an old Telus setup disc here. You know, stuff like that need to go. So let's get to it. After 10 minutes of chipping them up, it decided to not throw any error codes up top here. It just stopped working. One thing I did notice while it was seized up is there was a little too much static when turning it on and off. You could hear something wasn't connecting properly or is not connected properly underneath that switch there, because you can just hear the electricity in it. But so far it's been mulching them pretty good. 10 minutes in and she dies. No, like I said, no error codes. Was unable to reverse or do anything. So I thought I had broken it, but I let it cool down for another 10 minutes, came back to it, and now it will work again. So I'm going to continue on here. So far it's been pretty good. I'm happy with it so far. If I can get through this stack here and this stack over here, once I go through them, I will be awesome. I will be quite happy with this product. Now, Insignia is not known for being top quality, but you know what, you get what you pay for, and this is a cheaper unit. Definitely under $100 Canadian. I think it was, I don't know, 60 or 70 bucks. So, or 80 bucks. So fairly cheap. But my main concern was just something to get through all these discs. Now you're probably wondering what's all on these, and it could be anything from backup of computers to drivers to Ubuntu operating systems and all sorts of junk. You know, probably some movies in there that I backed up or made legal copies of for myself. So anyways, I'm going to continue on here and I guess do this a few more 10-minute times here and see if I can get this stack going, and then I will go through the other stack and I'll come back and mulch them up and we'll see how it is afterwards if it's still performing well or not. So I won't bore you with any more on the mulching part. I will just do that, and then I will and then I'll come back. I'll show you the mulch inside here, what that looks like. So far, pretty good amount, and a lot finer than I thought. I definitely wish there was a liner in here, because I have a feeling it's going to be just completely stuck throughout the interior of it. So that's not too cool in my books, but we'll see what happens here. So I'll get back to it. We'll be back with the inside, and you can check it out. And that was the last of them. I did the whole entire pile, plus another stack of about 25 or 30 of them. This thing, still munching them down like there's no tomorrow. So impressed with this. I thought it was just going to be a piece of junk, but it's ripping them up. Give me 1 second. I'm going to empty the bucket here. Now it is messy as can be inside there, and I got flakes of CD everywhere. A lot of it does jump out, and when you're cleaning it out, it does get everywhere. They say not to put a liner in here, but I would like something like a basket in a basket, or something that you can remove, and yeah, or something, some sort of heavy duty liner for in there, or plastic disposable container that you could put in there, and have that for times when you do munch. You know, I don't even know how many CDs. That was a ridiculous amount. So that was awesome. Quite happy with this. I'm going to get this cleaned out, and I got a bunch of paper that I got to rip up, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to see how we're doing with this thing, if it's worth buying. So far 100% yes. So for what I paid for it, to munch up that many CDs alone was well worth it, and maybe I can figure out a way to make the hole here bigger in the future, and maybe be able to munch up some of my 3D printed parts, and yeah, maybe I can do something with that. I'll have to see, but maybe I'll wait until the motor cap's out or something, and I can disassemble it later on. But for now, it's mulching. I don't know if you can see here on the front, it's got little flakes all over it there, and that's just from the static inside the container. So I don't know if there's something anti-static wipes or something that you can do on the inside of these, or what you could do to kind of dummy down some of that static in there to prevent it from sticking to the inside there. But give me 2 seconds here, and I'll put the bag of my CDs on the table here, on the bench, and you can see exactly what I managed to do with it. So I'm gonna show you here what I got inside here. As you can see, it's pretty fine, but if you look around the edges there, it's just caked all over the sides in there, the little flakes. But that's what she looks like in there. It mulches them up pretty good. I'm quite happy with the pieces that it came out as. That's nobody's going to be reading the data off of those backups from 2003 or older. So that's exactly what I wanted. So it did a great job at shredding those. I have no doubt that it would have no issues with mulching your credit cards or anything like that. With credit cards, I don't know. I have to see how small it does. Maybe I'll try a credit card and see if I can piece it back together, or what the best way would be to either double mulch it or do something with it. So I'm just going to empty this guy out, and I'll show you the bag I got from it all. Okay, so just to give you an idea, this is the bag that I got from it all, and it's pretty hefty here. It's pretty sharp too. It's probably going to break through this bag here, but there is just a ton of CDs mulched up there, so that's quite cool. Okay, so originally I was going to show you the big bags of shredded paper that I had. I managed to get 3 really big bags of shredded material from this guy. So far it's done exactly what it's meant to do. Usually a lot of people won't trust Insignia because they know it's a cheaper brand, but I'll tell you this thing performs and does exactly what it says, and it's done a lot of it. With all those CDs that I mulched, with all the paper that I mulched, and I can still keep on mulching. It was well worth it for the amount I paid for it. So do not be afraid to get one of these units, and if you do get a faulty unit for some reason, just remember there is that warranty on it. Regardless if you need to shred paper, CDs, credit cards, any sort of cards or other materials like that, this thing will do the job. I have no doubt this will last me for quite some time to come here. It's already paid for itself by shredding everything I needed it to, so to me it's a win-win. I didn't have to pay for a company to come in and deal with it. Mind you, my only thing is when you have the CDs in there, it does make a real big mess in there, and that is a pain to clean up. You get that mulched up CD dust everywhere eventually. So, and it doesn't come out of the container without blowing it out and further messes. So keep that in mind if you're going to be doing CDs, that it's going to cause a lot of issues. And the reason why you cannot put a bag in here is because it does have a vent on the inside, and you don't want to actually have it so that plugs up on you. So little proper maintenance on this unit and it'll go a long way and last you a long time. So Insignia, great job. And because this was so good, I decided to buy a bunch more of their product to test out and play around with. So stay tuned for me using their products in upcoming videos as well. So thanks for watching, everyone. You have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and take care, eh? We'll see you next time.